Welcome to the MySpace Effect, Building Influence and Impact. I'm your host, Herschel Lynn Peters. Thank you for joining me for another episode. This will be the last, I guess you can say, installment, if you will, on why relationships or relationships at large feel broken. We've given a diagnosis. Now it's time for the solution. So the last couple episodes, we dealt with the ecosystem, why relationships feel broken, dealt with the developmental map of men, and last week I dealt with female adaptation. This week, I want to deal with alignment. Alignment, something that gives hope, clarity, and practicality. All right, let's get it.
This is the MySpace Effect, where identity meets influence, depth over distraction, and becoming who you're called to be outweighs chasing attention. Hosted by Herschel M. Peters. Let's get into it.
Healthy relationships are not built on blame or roles. I have to first establish that. So when I get ready to create this structure, what alignment looks like, I can go ahead and knock that out the way. But they're built on aligned development. Not blame, not roles, but aligned development. That is congruency. And alignment means both people operating from formation and not survival. Not survival. I could go somewhere with that. I don't know if I want to or not. When you deal with two people that are, I'll say this because somebody need to hear this. When you deal with two people that are one or both parties that are dealing with a survival mentality, in a sense, it's like trying to hug a porcupine. All right, let me move on. It's real difficult. On the last episode, again, we talked about female adaptation, how women often develop survival traits in response to the environment they've experienced. But today I want to talk about what alignment actually looks like. You don't fix relational chaos by blaming individuals. You fix it by aligning development. I want you to keep that before you. Aligning development. Because what alignment is not is domination. That's not what alignment is. Control. That's not what alignment is. Perfect compatibility. And I'm not talking about perfection in the sense of maturity. I'm talking about perfectionism. Yeah. Rigid gender roles. That is not alignment. And I've been in a situation like this when one person carrying the relationship. That's not alignment. I tell people often, intent doesn't negate impact. And intent, if stuff is out of pocket, out of bounds, you're not going to get no Nobel Peace Award. That's not nobility doing that. That's just emotionalism. Why? Because alignment is not power over someone. It's purpose beside someone. Think about it. So there's an equation that's at hand that involves alignment, which starts with men having to be formed. That is, men operating from purpose, not survival, nor validation, but purpose. And then, as I shared last week, you got to have women that are aware, who ideally self-aware, not living from defensive adaptation. Now, here's the kicker. When you combine those two in this equation, you get shared direction. That is, both people moving towards something meaningful. Why? Because it's rooted in purpose. That's why I believe alignment is not chemistry. It's really direction. And if you know you're going in the right direction, here's some signs of it. Number one, emotional safety. Emotional safety. I've been in relationships where, well, I ain't gonna say relationships. I've only really been in two, to be honest with you. I've dated and talked to people, but relationships, my last relationship, man, emotional safety, it just wasn't there. And when trust is not there, it's just, I can go into more details about that. Well, I'll say this because I already put myself out there. There's some people that won't control and they'll disguise it as safety and trust. No, that's where you get into the whole thing of equally yoked, a matter of behavior. If you're functioning differently, I don't want to stay here. But if you're functioning differently, a matter of behavior, then that's something to evaluate. But emotional safety, there's trust. I can talk to you. You can talk to me. I don't have to worry about my stuff being out blasted somewhere else. You don't have to worry about me blasting your stuff somewhere else. You don't have to worry about me using stuff against you. There's a level of maturity, ability, emotional intelligence to be able to handle whatever we bring to the table, whether it's something good, bad, or ugly, that's done by circumstances or by horrible choices. You see what I'm saying? Let me move on, because this will end up becoming a 30, 45-minute podcast. Alignment looks like shared values. Number 2, that's shared value. You got to have shared values. You got to believe the same thing. You got to have shared values and principles. When it comes to family and principle things, there's no compromising in that, because that determines everything. Another capacity of alignment, a sign of it is when you have calm communication. Here's another sign of alignment. You have accountability without shame. I'm going to let that sit right there, because that hit hard. Without shame. Then you have mutual growth. Mutual growth. When two people are aligned, conversations become solutions instead of battles. If a person is able to achieve that, then you'll know what misalignment feels like. And if you don't know what it feels like, here's one example of it. Constant tension. Constant tension. I mean, constant tension. Ain't no peace. It's always something, even over simple stuff. Number 2, ego defense. I can't talk to you about nothing because you just stay defensive. It's just your ego, your pride. Jesus. What is going on there? Number 3, power struggles. Keeping score. I one up each other and stuff like that. That ruins so much relationship. Keeping tabs. And I can't stand if I hear a man talking about, well, you did it. What? I can't stand if a lady tell me that, but you, oh my God. But if a man does that, that's a problem. Man, I'm really being blunt this episode. Yeah, that tit for tat, I can't stand that. That is, anyways. Number 4, emotional exhaustion. You can't drink enough. You can't smoke enough for relief, to get a sense of relief, And then lastly, talking past each other. Talking past each other. Most relational conflicts isn't compatibility. It's really simply misalignment. No relationship has to come to an end without clarity and understanding, wisdom and understanding. If you have those things, if you can continue to have understanding, you can go somewhere. So let me close this thing out. Let me close it out. Here's, if I had to put a thesis to this, remember this, if you don't remember nothing else, healthy relationships are not accidental. They're not done by accident. They are the result of formed men, aware women, and aligned development. It means that we have to be deliberate and intentional. That's what that means. So you have to make a choice to be able to obtain something. It's not just going to happen. I don't care how you get on social media and holler and scream and write posts, or even in the sense of just patiently waiting. At the end of the day, what are you doing personally to continue developing? That matters. All right, people, hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed these last 4 episodes of this relationship series. If you have, please let me know something in the comments. Let your boy know. I know it's been a blessing to me for sure, diving into this and really dissecting some stuff and trying to be surgical in a general capacity. There's much more that could be talked about, but the way I engage, I try to keep it general, since I am just talking to you guys and I don't have a live audience. But anyways, I got to get up out of here. This is the MySpace Effect, building influence and impact. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys on the next one. You take it easy. Peace.
If this added value, share it. If it challenged you, sit with it. And remember, the assignment is you.